Hey, Social Wendy here at the Gauge MIMA experience, and it wouldn't be a day at MIMA Live without Michael Roventine from Social Media Breakfast. If you are interactive in any way in the Twin Cities, you know about Social Media Breakfast, you're probably part of it. And if you're like our director today, he hasn't been able to get in for the last 3 months. So if you know the Tyler Hayes, can he get in next month, please?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
now you know the guy. So maybe
You're set.
Everybody needs to know the guy, right? But there's only so many
I'll have
spots,
a full
right?
inbox now, yes.
Now, how many spots are there for Social Media Breakfast?
Well, you know, we have about 1,000 plus members online.
Yes.
Our events usually bring about 200 people.
Okay.
So it is a smaller
so only
crowd.
a sixth of the people.
But
Is it
not
like
everybody's
Rockstar
trying
tickets?
to get in. No,
Okay.
no, not necessarily. I mean, we do try to give everybody a chance. And,
Yeah. So like I don't have to get in line like I'm going for
No,
some...
we announce it to members first, and then
Yes.
then it inevitably gets out on Twitter, and
Sure.
the rest
fills
fill out.
up. So
Yeah,
you just got to move
absolutely.
fast.
Yes.
And is there a day of the month that goes out? I'm just trying to help
No,
people.
because
Big service.
Right, exactly. I wish I could
Insider
tell you.
scoop.
No, because usually the breakfast is on a different day each month. So
Yeah, and it kind of depends on when the speaker can be there,
exactly.
etc.
And it's at a different venue each time, so we.
And you
try
have
to be
had
in
some
different
pretty
spots.
big speakers.
Yes.
You really have. And so I just told you a story, and so I always have to bless I call him one of my legs of my three-legged stool, and I got to bring it up today because I got my second leg of my three-legged stool with, meeting Seth and talking to him. But David Meerman Scott you brought in,
yes.
who clearly is probably the most widely published social marketer in the world to date.
Yep, absolutely.
And you brought him in, and I actually hung out with Graham Thickens and Mark Kurtz, who did this, and got to see the advance of Worldwide Rave, which was cool. And then I actually got to interview him at South by. So Michael is the man to know.
Well, that was a great series of coincidences too, because that's the great thing about the breakfast and the group in general. Graham Thickens had been in connection with David, and he was here for something totally unrelated.
Yeah.
And he said, "Why don't you stick around for the breakfast?" And we were able to get books, and it all worked out. You want me to give you a little overview of the breakfast itself?
Absolutely, please.
The concept of Social Media Breakfast was started by Brian Person in Boston about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And he started a group there just to see what would happen, and it took off. The idea of starting in other cities was just being floated when Rick Mon, locally here, had the idea to start a chapter here.
Sure.
So we got some support from Brian, and then basically was set loose.
Yeah.
And now we're the largest chapter in the country. We've had the most consecutive number of breakfasts, and also hit the attendance record with one of our summer breakfasts.
Really?
Where we hit over 300. So
Wow.
it's a great honor for us, and I think it's a testament to the community and how vibrant the social community is in town, and how it touches all different types of industries, and small business, large business, and individual bloggers. And it's just a great opportunity for them to come together at a free event and network and share these ideas.
And so who's a typical person at a Social Media Breakfast? I'm sure it's a gamut of folks, as the interactive world is, but this is a world that's really coming together. So let's say I'm a marketer and I really want to do more social or get more involved. Have some tips for getting involved and meeting some people?
At Social Media Breakfast in particular?
Or in general.
Well, sure. That's a great way to start. We have a network online. We're using a Ning base for our website, so you can sign up. It's essentially like a private Facebook if you're not familiar with the concept, and create a profile, and that's how we connect in between breakfasts. The group itself is incredibly generous, and it's a very approachable group.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is it really does run that gambit from people in the position where they're marketing for a mid-sized company perhaps, and they can interface with people who are actually boots on the ground doing the work.
Doing a little more.
Right, exactly.
A little farther down the path.
Yeah. And everybody from individual bloggers on up to enterprise level companies, and everybody in between make up our membership. So it's a pretty diverse group.
Interesting. And so